Fuel is expensive. Before you charge travel, check this first. Fuel's expensive right now in many parts of Australia, but before charging travel, there are a few important things you need to check first. Welcome back, everyone. With fuel prices increasing across many Australian cities, a lot of support workers are paying more attention to travel kilometres and what can actually be charged. But before charging travel, it's important to understand what the NDIS actually allows and what was agreed with the participant. So this involves knowing how to keep proper records. The first thing to know is this. The NDIS does allow certain types of travel and transport-related claims, but not all travel is the same. So the NDIS pricing arrangements and price limits set the rules, and service agreements are there to make sure the participant and the provider have the same expectations around what supports will be delivered and how they will be delivered. Before charging travel, here are the main things to check. So number one, review your service agreement. Start by reviewing that agreement. And the NDIS says service agreements help to make sure the participant and provider have the same expectations of what supports will be delivered. And that means if travel, transport or related costs are going to be charged, it's a good idea to make sure it's been clearly discussed and reflected in that agreement. This is where a lot of people get caught out. It's not enough to say, oh, fuel's expensive, and it's not enough to log your kilometres. You need to make sure that the arrangement itself is clear and that you and the participant are on the same page. So, number two, confirm what type of travel it actually is. The next step is to check what kind of travel you are talking about. And this matters because NDIS treats travel differently. Different kinds of travel, different treatment. For example, if the participant is in the car with you, that may fall under activity-based transport. And the NDIS gives an example using support item code 04-590-0125-6-1, which I'm sure hopefully can show up on the screen somewhere here. But if you're talking about provider travel or non-labour travel costs, that's a different concept again. And the NDIS pricing arrangements distinguishes provider travel from participant transport. And the support catalogue includes a support item for provider travel non-labour costs, such as the 04799 code, which hopefully we're showing. So before charging anything, make sure you're not mixing that up. Make sure you're not mixing these things up, because I see it all the time. Don't mix up support time with participant transport or with provider travel costs, because they're not the same thing. Number three, know the common support items. So for a common community access example, the NDIS materials actually show the 04 code for support itself, the 04590 code for activity-based transport, and for provider travel non-labour costs, the support catalogue includes that 04799 code. So here's the practical part. Inside Spark Scribe, you can create and save your own codes, so you don't need to go searching for the same support items every single time. And actually, we have all of the most commonly used codes preloaded in the app, so they are there for you as soon as you log in, ready to go, which makes your admin much faster and much easier. So instead of trying to remember or look up the same code again and again, your commonly used items are saved and they're ready. Number four, record your kilometres properly. So once the support arrangement is clear and you know which type of support and which type of travel applies, then you can accurately record your kilometres, and that's where this becomes really important. The NDIS shows different kilometre-based examples in the PAPL, the price guide, depending on the context. So in the PAPL, the guidelines state that providers or workers can charge up to 99 cents per kilometre. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone should just charge the same number. It means you should check the current NDIS pricing rules. They change every year and sometimes more than that. Check the support item, check the participant's arrangement, and make sure your records match what was agreed. The NDIS also says participants and providers can negotiate lower prices, so the maximum example or pricing reference is not the same in every situation, and so it shouldn't be charged the same way. For example, a vehicle that is modified for accessibility, like a bus, they can charge up to $2.76 per kilometre. So number five, keep your travel history organised. This is the final point. Keep your records organised. Try to remember kilometres later or relying on scraps of paper, notes in your phone or your memory. That's where people lose time and they make mistakes. So a proper travel log helps you keep track of your trips, your kilometres, your history, the details that you might need later, and this is exactly why using a travel log consistently matters. So finally, if fuel costs are putting pressure on your work right now, here's the order to remember. Review your service agreement, confirm what was agreed, check what kind of travel it actually is, use the right support item, record your kilometres properly, and keep your history organised because good records help. But good records, they work best when they sit alongside a clear agreement and the right claiming setup. And if you use Spark Scribe, you can make and save your own codes, you can use the codes that are already there in the drop down, you can use the automatic service agreements, the travel log, the shift notes, and the automatic invoicing all in one place. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.